I just wanted to make a quick video today regarding the #1 reason people unfriend me on Facebook, which is me saying that white people do not experience racism. I think this is a really important topic to cover because it comes up so frequently. Racism is a real problem for people of color in this country, and it is extremely important that when we are engaging in conversations about racism, that we have an honest understanding of what racism is. So let's start there. Racism is not merely individual acts that people experience. Racism is a systematic form of oppression that has a very long and violent history in this country. Not only does it involve the kidnapping of Africans to bring them to this country to be enslaved, but it also, even after the abolition of slavery, things like, sharecropping, lynching, the lack of basic human rights that, Black people had access to, and to this day, the fact that Black people live a qualitatively different life than white people, which you can see through reading about how many unarmed Black people are being murdered by the police and things like that. But it's not only Black people who have experienced racism in this country. There was a complete genocide of American Indian populations, which was a really, really awful part of American history. Hispanic people are being profiled and treated utterly disgustingly by our government and people on the streets. The fact that this is systematic and is supported or even perpetrated by the government that makes this racism. So when a white person comes on my status on Facebook and says, well, white people experience racism too. White is a race. You can be racist against white people. They clearly don't know what racism is, and that's really the biggest problem when it comes to talking about racism. You can't have an honest discussion about this huge issue in this country if you don't even understand what racism is and how it does not affect white people. White people are not systematically being oppressed because of their skin color. Just because someone doesn't like a white person because of their skin color does not mean that is an act of racism, and that is extremely important to understand. And that's basically what I'll leave it at. I think from there, if you have an understanding of that, you should be able to engage in conversations about racism and not be a problem. So hopefully that helps clear things up for you. And if you're still confused, I recommend going to Google and trying to educate yourself. Thanks. Bye.